Mercedes and Red Bull saw each other as possible threats to winning the championship, and being the two strong teams of the championship, both teams shared titles in the 2021 championship, with Red Bull bagging the Drivers' Championship and Mercedes the Constructors' title. Both team principals have had quite the drama on tracks and off the tracks, and Red Bull team boss Christian Horner finally spoke about his beef with Mercedes team boss. While there's clearly a mutual respect between the two team principals, Wolff and Horner have never shied away from taking jabs at each other in public. The beef stretches back years, which is not surprising as they both head F1's most powerful teams and are often found on opposing sides of political issues that go on behind the scenes. Add that to the on-track reality that one of them, Wolff, is in charge of the team that replaced the other team as the dominant force in F1 in 2014. Things have an added dimension to them this year, with Red Bull now leading both championships for the first time since 2013, and Mercedes seemingly being on the back foot. Christian Horner especially has never been one to shy away from confrontation. One of the most memorable parts of Netflix's Drive to Survive series was his awkward exchanges with former Renault boss Cyril Abiteboul. A quick internet search with the right terms and you can find plenty of examples of Wolff or Horner telling the other to stop complaining about something. In 2015, Wolff scolded Horner for publicly criticizing engine supplier Renault and said he and Red Bull should just get their heads down and work harder to get back to the front. In 2016, Horner criticized Wolff for a phone call he made to Jos Verstappen to talk about his son Max's aggressive driving style, which was a contentious issue at the time. In the years which have come after, Mercedes seemed to have enjoyed almost unprecedented success, and Horner seems to have relished the opportunity to paint Wolff as someone who is scared of even the slightest threat to his team's dominance. When Mercedes blocked the reverse grid proposal that floated around ahead of the start of 2020's delayed season, something Wolff likened to a WWE gimmick, Horner accused the Austrian of being worried that it might threaten Lewis Hamilton's chances of a 7th world title. The pair had also clashed before the pandemic, during preseason testing in February, when Mercedes rolled out its innovative dual-axis steering system. While the rhetoric for the cameras was quite punchy, what happened behind closed doors was a bit less so. Horner and Red Bull lodged the protest against Mercedes' DAS system ahead of the Australian Grand Prix, and Wolff praised it as being the right decision for F1. While cooler heads seemed to prevail behind closed doors, both men like to control the narrative in the public discourse. Horner especially rarely misses an opportunity to poke the bear, and his comments in Baku were effective in provoking a reaction. The race in Baku was remarkably dramatic and saw Mercedes leave without scoring a point. That prompted Wolff to say his team needed to improve across the board if he wants to beat Red Bull to the 2021 title. Horner could not resist the opportunity to leave Baku with the final word. When Wolff's comments were put to him, Horner said, a lot has been made about Toto's comments this weekend. He's never afraid to roast his team so publicly, which I disagree with, but that's his prerogative. In the 2021 season, both teams had a lot on their plate, with Red Bull's Max Verstappen ready to grab his maiden championship and Hamilton ready for his 8th championship title. Horner is the longest-serving team principal in F1, in charge of Red Bull since 2005. Wolff has been with Mercedes since 2013. Both are well-established and accomplished figures, but some of their exchanges this season have been a little undignified. Horner called his rival a control freak, leading the Austrian to venture that the Englishman was a windbag who always wants to be on camera. The more Toto gets wound up, the more fun it becomes, Horner fired back, an idea Wolff assessed as worrying. Sometimes I was carried away when I heard comments that annoyed me, Wolff admitted back. These outbursts set the tone for a bitter contest. I have no issue with Toto, Horner told Donald McRae in October, which appeared as nothing personal. By the time the teams arrived in the Middle East for the title decider in Abu Dhabi, Horner's previous statement neutrality evaporated. We're both competitive, Horner said before the qualifications. I have respect for Mercedes. I have respect for Toto, but it doesn't mean I have to like him. Throughout last season, both men instinctively backed their drivers on racing incidents that remain open to interpretation. As the season unfolded, there were flashes of anger and claims of injustice from either side. If there was a single moment when the mood darkened, it was the accident at Silverstone in July, when Verstappen slammed into the barriers at Copsey. The Dutchman was taken to the hospital while Hamilton streaked away to victory. Horner insisted that Hamilton's 10-second penalty for that incident, where he clipped Verstappen's rear left tire heading into that flat-out corner, was insufficient. His sense of outrage was multifarious, which included accusing Hamilton of dirty driving, complaining of Verstappen's life being placed in danger, alongside the team losing a badly damaged engine and car. Hamilton countered, "I don't think I have to apologize for anything." Wolff, before the next race in Hungary, said Horner had been below the belt in his criticism of Hamilton. Christian Horner once compared Toto Wolff as a different kind of animal to other team principals he has gone up against. The Red Bull boss mentioned that he does not enjoy engaging in such clashes, but says it is simply a part of the sport and something that goes with the job. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff and his Red Bull counterpart Christian Horner have said they want a clean start this season after hostilities boiled over between them in 2021. The intensity of one of Formula One's tightest championship battles of all time meant that the two team principals were at each other's throats as the season reached its controversial climax in Abu Dhabi last December. Toto Wolff himself said, "It's to be expected. It got fierce at times and brutal, but there's a lot at stake. It's a Formula One World Championship, and there's the fighting on track and the fighting off track for advantages." But both men have indicated that they intend to reset the relationship this year and get back to a more cordial state of affairs between both themselves and their teams in 2022. While Horner obviously views the outcome of 2021 somewhat differently than Wolff, he agreed that it was time to put the bad blood that built up last season behind them once and for all. Horner said, "I think that maybe we share differences of opinion over Abu Dhabi, but that's all done and dusted, and all focus is very much now on 2022. What you did see last year was a fantastic competition from the first race to the last race. I think that's been a key part of Formula One's revival in popularity. Certainly we hope that there's going to be an equally exciting year, although ideally a little less exciting at times." Horner also pointed out that the 2022 battle will by no means be limited to Mercedes and Red Bull locking horns for the title. Following the new regulations set up to clean the sheets in racing, the new regulations have in fact opened the door for other teams to battle squarely for the title. He continued, "I think there could be some other competitors joining that battle. Particularly with a clean sheet of paper, with these brand new cars, it's a complete reset. It's arguably the biggest regulation change in the last 40 years, but I'm sure the intensity of rivalry between the teams and the drivers will be as pertinent as ever." If you enjoyed the video, like and share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notifications bell to get our videos as we upload them.